Number one, what is a Ginan? The word has been derived from Sanskrit word Gnan, half G, Gnan, and we say Ginan. It is in Prakrit and in Hindustani or Devanagari. It means wisdom, intelligence, spiritual light, for which they have used the word Jyot. Hope so, it may suffice. So Gnan means Jyot, spiritual light, wisdom, intelligence, and power of thinking, what is known as in our own common language, Vichar Shakti. Vichar Shakti means that particular lobby in human mind where the thinking power stays. Any question on this particular thing? I told them, what is Gnan? So, number two. Who made these Ginans? Ginans are a poetry composed by our holy peers, and when you know the poetry is there, automatically music is imbibed in it, because poetry itself is a music. It's a part of music, and music is part of poetry. Both are blended in Gnans. Prose, common talk, is very simple and a source of human communication. But poetry everyone cannot understand. Poetry is for those people who have some kind of subtle ideas or who have refined mind. Nasim, come in. Come in. Please help me with a glass of water. I was talking to you about poetry. That poetry is for the refined mind. Everyone cannot understand poetry. A poet has a freedom to write in any way he likes. He is not bound by grammar. He can use his own terminologies. He can even create words. Sukhira. भर के यहाँ रख दो. Our Prophet David, we Muslims call him as Hazrat Daud alayhi salam. When God appointed him, he started preaching. You must be knowing that every prophet was a preacher, propagandist, a debater, orator. Though David was very talkative, very learned person, yet he could not attract people. In those days, they were in music, dancing, poetry, in all sorts of such things. So he said, "Oh Allah, people don't listen to me. Because, number one, my voice is not good. It was a hoarse voice. The voice was very hoarse. and people didn't like him. Secondly, he was talking in a very common language, and people, they were absolutely habitual of poetry, dancing, music, such things. God gave him a gift of voice. Within no time, his voice became melodious. God revealed to him his book known as Zabur, and in English we say the book of Psalms, Psalms. You can find in the Old Testament there are so many books of Psalms. Although now you will find it in a way that Bible is written, and you won't find any poetical blend or taste in it, yet it was revealed in a poetical form. Allah says in Quran, we gave David Zabur and gave him a melodious voice, and we also gave him the power to melt steel. Whenever Prophet David Hazrat Dawood alayhi salam touched iron or steel, it would become soft like wax, and he would turn anything in any form. When he used to preach after that, it is written in Ahadith, the books of the traditions of Holy Prophet, and also in the commentaries written by various interpreters of the Holy Quran, that whenever Prophet David came out and he started singing Zabur, people came out of their houses. They left their shops and business. Even the wild animals came out of jungle, gathered around him, and the birds came down to listen to him. In Arabic literature, there is an idiomatic phrase, if anyone has got very melodious voice, so they say, Lahne Dawoodi, Lahne Dawoodi. Anyone knows? Lahne Dawoodi. Lahn means accent, the voice. Lahne Dawoodi. So Zabur was sent down like Ginans we have, full of wisdom in a poetical way with music. Take any Ginan of any piece. Although in some Ginans I have found some kind of mischief by Bhagats recently, but otherwise Ginans are full of wisdom, knowledge, learning, and these are in poetical and musical sources to soothe your nervous system. Even without any instrumental music, you can produce music out of Ginans. I give you some samples. Ginans have been written and composed by our peers. The poetry that they have used is very subtle, refined. I myself am a poet. I compose in Urdu. I have also composed in Punjabi, but mostly I compose and write in Urdu. I have also composed some poems in Persian. I can very well value the value of Ginans. Swami Raja more man thi na visre ji. Unfortunately, we haven't got the teachers now to teach Ginan in a way that our forefathers learned it from their forefathers and from their forefathers and from the peers. Although, during these so many generations, something must have been altered, yet the fragrance is there. Swami Raja, you see the music inside? There is no instrument, yet the instrument is there. The word only Swami. Swami Raja more man thi na visre. Not that. Swami Raja more man thi na visre ji. There is a lamentation inside. There is a request inside. He is begging. He is crying to get his mercy. This only one line you can sing in very many various ways. O Mawla, Swami means master. Raja means king. Why our peers have used Swami and Raja both together? Raja is also a master. But Swami means master. There might be a person that you are serving as a paid servant. But he is not a king. Anytime you can go out, leave his job. He is also your Swami. Husband is also Swami. Raja is also Swami. But here, Swami means master, Raja means the king, the supreme in whole area or the country. There isn't anyone above him. There may be so many Swamis. Raja is always one. There might be so many masters in your life, but the king is only one at a time. So that's why it is used as Swami and Raja. More man thi na visre. It's a lamentation and wish. My Mawla, O my Master, O my King, I wish that you may not be forgotten in any way at any time from my heart. Then he addresses his friends and brothers or the persons who are there. Suno suno mo man rahiya ho jire bhaiya. Suno, listen to me. Oh my brothers, bhaiya means brother. Oh brother, listen. Remain like that. Suno suno mo man rahiya ho jire bhaiya. Whatever you are at present inside you, remain like that. That means you have come here to listen to him. Swami Raja more man thi na visre. Suno suno mo man rahiya ho jire bhaiya. Teri meri. He is addressing now to the Swami Raja. Teri meri saiyan एक मन एक चिंता तेरी मेरी साया एक मन एक चिंता स्वामी राजा भर पूरा रहिया हो जिरे भैया ओ मौला your thinking and my thinking is just one. You are thinking about me, I am thinking about you. Teri meri saya. Now from Swami and King he has come to Saya. Saya again said, but Saya also means the person with whom you are day and night living or sitting. It can be a friend, he can be a husband, he can be the master that a slave is serving day and night. Teri meri saya. Because we are both liking each other. Ek man ek chinta. Chint means thinking and chit means heart. Chit, it means heart or insight. And when you say chint, it means thinking. Vichar. Teri meri saya. Ek man ek chinta. Swami Raja. Again, the king, the master. Bharpura rahiya ho jire bhaiya. Oh brothers, listen Wala Papa, the King of Kings. There is an attribute to God. It is known as As-Sultan. As-Sultan, double S. Sultan means king, Raja. As-Sultan. O Mawla Bapa, O my king, whose order is prevailed throughout the area or country. Bharpur Rahiya. You are always absolutely full. Now the word Bharpur, I remind you an ayat in the Holy Quran. Tabarakta Rabbana wa ta'alata ya zal jalal wal ikram. Tabarakta Rabbana, O our sustainer, you are Mubarak. The word Mubarak in Arabic means one who is never short of anything. So when we say Barakat, it means ceaseless supply. Ceaseless supply. Maybe money, maybe food, maybe water, maybe air, maybe anything. This is what Barakat is. So Allah is Mubarak, the giver of Barakat. His khazana, the treasure that He has, no one has. He may give you anything all the time, yet nothing will be short in His treasury. So Ginans, I was telling you that Ginans are full of wisdom, learning, guidance, advice in poetical and musical way so that people may like it and feel ecstasy. Any question on this particular subject? There are so many Ginans. I gave you one sample. Many people, particularly some of the Waezins, they are coming from abroad. And even many people here locally in Canada, they have an impression that our Ginans were composed just for the sake of conversion. It is wrong. This thing has come from the people who do not know Ginans. Our peers were Ala Rasul. They were from the holy family of Hazar Imam. No peer can be appointed outside Hazar Imam's family. No one. And every peer who is a Puthios peer is having in him the Nur of Muhammad. Just as Imam is Nur of Ali, peer is Nur of Muhammad. They never played with us any game. They gave us the real gist, the essence of the Ginans. And if you read Ginans, slowly, you try to understand it, and the day will come that you will feel love for Hazar Imam. Love is created in you. Love is created in you. Submission, love, sense of sacrifice, sense of understanding the beloved one. You can get it from the holy Ginans. Ab teri mohabbat lagi mere sahib, ab teri mohabbat lagi man mere mohabbat lagi. Sing Ginan as you are composing. Man mere mohabbat lagi mere sahib, ab teri mohabbat lagi. I love you, Mawla. I have been subjugated by your love, and I have become compelled. I have become compelled. What kind of compulsion? To love you. When love possesses someone, Rumi says, all defects go away. Not love between a boy and a girl, but after a year they depart. Not love of this Western style love. People don't understand love. Rumi, he says that when love possesses you, it is like a fire burns everything except itself. Burns to dust, dissolves and makes it disappear. Fire only remains fire. Put anything in fire, the fire will turn that thing into fire. It may be anything. Shad bash, Rumi says, Ay ishq khud saudae ma, oh my love, bravo to you. Be happy. Shad bash, ay ishq khud saudae ma, ay tabib jumla illat hai ma. Remain inside me. Let you be alive all the time, oh my love. You are the doctor of my all sicknesses and diseases, because love burns everything. Oh Mawla, I love you. Ab teri mohabbat lagi. Now I am in your love. Mere sahib, ab teri mohabbat lagi. I don't want any different interference. Will you please close the door? So, I was talking to you the subtle form of Ginans. So Ginans contain wisdom, Ginans contain science, Ginans have so many things even to live, how to live a daily life. In Ginans, we have predictions. The world of tomorrow is there in Ginans. There is a history. In Ginans we can find how this universe started its existence. Scientists will take another century what Ginans tell us, but the language that Ginans have should be understood. I have been talking about Ginan for the past 30 to 40 years rather. Ever since 40 years ago, Maulana Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah appointed me a missionary in charge of Ismaili Mission Center in Dar es Salaam. Even before that time, I was studying Ginans many times. If you find a question, if you come across a problem in Ginans, read other Ginans, and a question from one Ginan may be answered in another Ginan somewhere. And it is very common. And if you really read Ginans and study them with love and understanding, then Hazrat Imam will give you even inspirations to understand Ginans. And this is my personal experience. Many times, all of a sudden, without any cause, I remember a Ginan in a way that I never thought about it. And I came to know the inner meaning of that. Ginans, as I told you, have been forgotten as Ginans. We simply kill time in Jamaat Khana. I give you a little example is, in geometry, this is a straight line. And there is a parallel straight line. Like the rails, miles and miles and miles and miles they may travel. They will never meet. Two parallel straight lines will never meet. But if there is even slightest angle, say very slight angle, then this side will somewhere meet. Now people 500 years ago did not know geometry. The peers wanted them to understand a particular thing which you can find in a geometry for the reason. I'll give you the reason afterward. So what Peer says, एक तिल तीर जो वहाँ का जावे रे भाई, एक तिल तीर जो वहाँ का जावे, कितना हद थी तफावत रे भाई, कितना हद थी तफावत पावे. Beautiful. there is the arrow. And this is the aim. Aim is known as had. You are aiming, say, a spot about 500 feet away. And in those days, there weren't revolvers or the guns. So Peter said that take an arrow. This is the arrow coming like this, coming from an arc. And here is the eye of the person, the archer. He is aiming by closing one eye. This is the eye of the person. He is aiming this had. If the aim is exactly at the right angle, straight line, it will travel and go through here. But suppose I have purposely, have you noticed? I have purposely made this little bit slanting. Otherwise the line should be here. But if the point of the arrow and the aim has 1/10 of an inch difference, till means a very small thing. Till we eat. In English we say sim. A little till, if there is a difference. So this will travel in an unparalleled straight line. Ik til tir jo vanka jave. So as this will travel, here the distance is smaller, here is the bigger, it will be bigger and bigger and bigger. Ik til tir jo vanka jave, titna had thi tafawat paave. What Peer wanted to convey in this particular part, why he wanted this geometrical equation? If your aim about hereafter, what is your aim? To unite with Imam's Noor. This is our aim. If you little bit slight, a very slight diversion allow, if you allow slightest diversion, the goal will not be achieved. As you travel, you will be farther and farther and farther and farther from your goal. The aim will not be achieved. It's a science in Ginans. So in Ginans, I was telling you, my first question is, what is a Ginan? And now I'm telling you what Ginans contain. These Ginans are composed by Al-Rasul. There isn't anything Hinduism. Of course, there are many stories and many instances, many things from the Indian culture and people of India and their history, not the religion. Allah Himself has mentioned so many things in the Holy Quran. 1/3 of Quran contains stories and qasas. Qasas is the plural of qissa. 1/3. 1/3 in Quran is law. And 1/3 Quran contains love and understanding and recognition of Imam, the spiritual affairs. ibadat, and other things, which contain also dua. That means prayers. I have composed, alhamdulillah, 121 prayers from the Holy Quran. Rabbana آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار برحمتك يا الرحم الرحمين. It's the dua. Rabb means the sustainer, our sustainer. Rabbana Atena. Give us with your blessings. Fi dunya, in this world. Wa fil akhirati, and in the hereafter. Hasanatam. Hasanatam means virtues. Nekiyon, bhalayon. Rabbana Atena fi dunya hasanatam wa fil akhirati hasanatam. And our bhalai and profits in the hereafter too. Wakina, keep us away, protect us. Azabin nar, from the fire of the pain. Azab means pain. Wakina azabin nar, barrahmateka, for the sake of your mercy. Ya ar-Rahamur Rahameen, O the best of the merciful. What a nice dua. There is another dua. Rabbi zidni ilma. O my palanhar, my sustainer, increase my ilm. So there are so many du'as. So I told you that 1/3 of the Holy Quran contains these stories. So like that, there are stories in our Ginans. If we read stories of Kafirs and the forgotten nations in the past in Holy Quran, we don't object anything about Quran. Why we have any objection regarding these stories in our own Ginans? Why? Those stories Allah has mentioned because Arabs knew many such things. It was from their past history. Like that, our peers, they mentioned about the stories that generally Indian people were aware of about it. So Ginans have not only stories, but if the stories are there like that in the Holy Quran, there is a moral behind it. We have to derive those morals. So in Ginans there are stories, there are ways and methods of ibadat, there are practical guides and guidance, how to live in a world, how to live in a family, how to live in neighbors, how to live with your friends, how to make friends, and so many other things. So Ginans, number one, Gnan means intelligence, knowledge, the light of God. Then Ginan. Ginans are composed in a poetical form, music blended in it. Music blended in it. But actually Ginans, most of the Ginans, the majority stuff is full of lamentations and prayers to Mawla Baba. Any question? Yes. The Noor is one, there may be different. Like Ali, Hassan Hussain, Zainul Abidin or Hakim, or Sultan Muhammad or Karim, all Imams are one. Similarly, every holy peer is Noor of Muhammad. One thing I want you to understand thoroughly, absolutely, strongly, and unshakingly, and that is Shah and Pir. Shah and Pir. When we say Shah, it means Imam. Pir is Rasul. Our Ginans, according to our Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah Salawatullah alayhi, contain the interpretation, true interpretation of the Holy Quran. Allah Ta'ala has mentioned, and He has sworn in the name of the sun and the moon. He said, وَالشَّمْسُ وَالْقَمْرِ, by the sun and by the moon. وَالشَّمْسُ وَالْقَمَرِ. Now what is that Shams? Why God has to swear in the name of the sun which He has created and the moon? But here Shams is hot, the sun is hot, warm, full of energy, gives energy, the producer and the sustainer. And the Qamar, the moon is a subject to the sun, cool and calm, dependent on sun. So Shams is Imam, the Nur of Imamat, and the Qamar, the moon, is the Nur of Muhammad, Piri. Those people who know Quran very well, not ordinarily remembering it by heart. No. Those who have the knowledge, even maybe little knowledge, some knowledge of Quran, they know that the attributes of God have Jalali aspect and the Jamali aspect. Jalali is hot and energetic like the sun, and Jamali soft, cool and kind like the Qamar, the moon. Ali is Jalali. Kareem is Jamali. Rabb is Jamali. Jabbar, Al-Qahhar, Al-Qahir, Al-Hasib, Al-Raqib. These are all the attributes with Jalali aspect. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Ar-Rabb, Al-Khaliq, Ar-Razik. These are the Jamali aspects. So Jalali aspects are like father, the paternal side, and the Jamali are the maternal side. So those which are Jalali, the paternal side, belong to Imam, and those of the maternal side belong to the Pir. These are from the Quran, and in whole our Ginanic literature you will find these two aspects. And wherever there is Swami, King, Sanya, Seth, Shah, mean Imam, the Nur of Imam. And the Pir himself has submitted as a dependent, as a created, as a humble slave to Hazrat Imam of the time, having nur of Allah, having the Jalali aspect, and he is the Shams, the sun himself, and Pir is Qamar. Yes.
If the Imam is Jalali, then why would Karim be Kamali?
Beta, I'm very sorry to hear this from you. You are at least 20-year-old. Huh? Do you mean that Kareem is Hazrat Imam's Noor's name?
Oh, okay. Now I
Understand?
I understood. What do you mean?
It's the body. Hazrat Imam may wear a jubba, sometimes he wears a coat, sometimes he wears a sherwani, sometimes he is just in a shirt. Well, these are the dresses. Noor is absolutely different. But because he is also Pir, and Pir is Kareem. Pir is Kareem. So when you say Kareem, don't imagine Hazrat Imam's physical side. Yeah, Kareem. When you pray, you feel Hazrat Imam is before you. Or at least you are before him. Prayer means that he is there. See how the peers have addressed to Maula Baba as if he is there. And he is certainly there. Look at, I'll give you another sample. A mashuk. I'm talking from the Oriental side. Love in Oriental literature, that what we have carried, has nothing to do with the love in the sense of Westerner people. They will never understand. To us, Easterners and Orientalists, particularly the Ismailis, love never extinguishes. Love never reduces. Suppose this is 0. If someone's love goes up to 10 feet, if it doesn't go to 11th, it will never fall to 9. It will remain at 10. If it goes to 100 feet high, even if it doesn't go 101 feet, it will never come to 99. Whichever is the level of love, it will remain there. It will increase but never reduce. That is our love. Another thing is, in our literature and side, love never demands. Love has no condition. Not at all. So whenever our peers, they have talked about love, they have talked to Hazrat Imam, so they feel Hazrat Imam is there. So the lover, say Majnu, for example. Majnu is Pir, Imam is Layla. So Mashuk, the sweetheart, is very active, very agile. He comes and goes away and keeps the Majnu always thirsty and demanding. Now, don't misunderstand here. When I said that love never demands anything else but demands only one thing, the sweetheart. So love demands only one thing, sweetheart. So the sweetheart Layla comes near, and as soon as comes near, again goes away. So wasl and milap or unity doesn't take place. And the lover, the Majnu, is always burning in the fire of distance, Judai. So, he says, Chal Chabila. Chal Chabila means who comes and goes, comes and goes. He offers and then withdraws, making mischief with me, making me more perplexed and restive. Chal Chabila. He tells to Mola Baba, Maya tu man vich lavo mere sahib ab teri mohabbat lagi chanchal chala Joban matwala, very active. The moment he is here, the moment he is away. Chanchal chala joban matwala, mohabbat dil vich lavo mere Sahib ab teri mohabbat lagi. I was telling you that whenever these composed Ginans, they thought, not only imagined, they thought that in reality Imam is here. So likewise, when we pray, any prayer at home or in Jamaat-khana, you must have feeling of the presence of Hazrat Imam. This is the message of Ginans, that you must feel him always present with you. If you take all the Ginans and put in a machine to derive the essence, so this is the essence. Feel Mawla is always with you. Any question?
The presence of Imam in us. Say, I remembered the Imam. Who remembered one first? Did the Imam remember me first, or I remembered the Imam?
Listen, you have been created. He is not created. You are the created and he is the creator. So, it means that he loves you first. He has put in you the essence, a drop of love. Now it is in your hand to derive it out of you. See the wood. Inside wood there is fire. Put a match, it will burn. But you can't do it with steel. Unless you put steel in the fire, then it becomes hot. Similarly, in human being, God has put a drop of His love. તમારા અંતકરણમાં રોગણનો એક ડગલો છે. Rogan means oil. There is a container which has oil inside, and that is in you, your batin. એને તમે સળગાવો, put it alight. So, love is there, which has been given by Him. You wanted to ask something? Huh?
How it was compared in the water state. Like some of the Ginans are highly esoteric and some spiritualism. And I was just wondering under what state, you said the feeling.
I explained to you that Ginans were composed to convey knowledge and guidance. I give the examples. Ginans contain many branches of knowledge and science. For instance, geometry. Ginans have so many stories to derive moral out of it. Ginans contain many prayers. You can learn from Ginans how to submit yourself to Muhazzam Imam. You can learn from Ginans how to make meditation. So it's a comprehensive collection of material. In various conditions, Peers wrote Ginans.
Was there any ecstatic composition, like some Rumi poetry was composed under ecstasy, like that?
I gave you the example, sir. Swami Raja More Man Tina Visre.
Can you give us more examples of Ginan which has geometry? You showed us one which talks of any other examples which have geometry in the Ginan?
Geometry and geography together this is a circle, and circle is a geometrical figure. It tells us that this is the earth which is running on its orbit in a circle, but Peers have told us the circle is elliptic. The word elliptic is not in the Ginans, but the word is Indanu Akar. Now Indanu Akar is like this. This is elliptic. Washing naga bi asha zameen asman dakada. This is zameen, the earth, and asman, that means sky. Now sky has actually no ceiling. Anything which is above the earth is sky. So Peer says, around the sky and the earth there is a circle. Now this circle, he explains that it is like as a serpent eating its own tail, and when a serpent wants to eat its own tail, it becomes a circle. Washing naga biyasha zameen asman da kada ji. Kada means a circle. Nityut पूछड़ खावे रख लई और कायमा सवा हथ पूछड़ खावे रख लई और कायमा दियाशा कल दे जोड़ियों जी. He says that this serpent is eating its own tail. Sawa hath, one hath is 36 inches. I'm sorry, one hath is 18 inches. And sawa hath means 22 and a half inches. Every day, the serpent is eating its own tail at the rate of 22 and a half inches. So what is the result? The circle is becoming narrower and narrower and narrower. And Peer is leading us that this earth running around the sun in an elliptical way, actually reducing her orbit's distance 22.5 inches every day. And there will be a day when this circle will be very much smaller than the present one. What will happen? The earth will become nearer to the sun, so much so that one day she will be pulled by the sun. And please have also given the time. You can calculate geometry, arithmetic, physics, everything is inside. You can calculate the year when it will happen. Anything else? Within next 15 minutes, 10 minutes rather, I want to leave.
Ginan, let's just recite it. In what language?
Punjabi.
How does it put the Ginan starting? Going to compose it.
First part is Kaya na paya biyasha koi na tariya ji. Kaya na paya biyasha koi na tariya ji. This is the first part. There is a Ginan's books are here. Patience, yes. नारद खड़ा पुकारे रख लई कायम दिया शाह कल दे जोलियों जी. आगे फाइन है.
To help us in our Waezes, we would like more examples of sciences. So if you can, for the next 10-15 minutes, give us more examples of sciences in the Ginan.
Now, these have told us when the existence of this world started, it started from water. And this is what the science also accepts now. And 14 centuries before, Allah Pak has also mentioned in Quran, all life started from water. पानी पाक, पवन पाक, धरती पाक, आकाश पाक, सूरज पाक, चांदो पाक, धरती पाक, आकाश पाक. साहेब जी ना नाम था कि साहेब जी जमात पाक. It starts with water. Pani is pure, water is pure. And this purity means taking us to understand about Jeev. Jeev is pure. But it is in the Farman. Because of the Farman of Hazrat Imam, water becomes pure. Now this dua is Ghatpat's dua. Then I give you another example about science. When is mentioned about the time will come, they say, when there will be so many wonderful, miraculous happenings. He doesn't use the word science, but he uses the miracles. The Daint, Kalinga. If you have learned Ginans, you know this word very well. And you must have heard from me last Saturday when I spoke about Das Avatar Daint. Daint is the negative force in opposition to the positive force of Allah. So there will be miraculous scientific discoveries like that of he says gold means sugar or something sweet, or the sweetener will be derived from mud. The word mud is used in such a way, garo what we say in Ginanic language. Haji garo mantri ne. Now mantri, it means through some process. It may be verbal process or it may be some scientific process. Hejigaro mantri ne daita god banavse ji tiya god na parba chalavse ji. He will derive some sweetener from the mud, and you know the saccharin is derived out of tar. Tar is mud. He says, Haji Pani Mantri ne Gaita Garat Banav Sheji Tiya Garat na Paraba Chalav Sheji. He will manufacture ghee out of water, and this is margarine. Panu मंत्री ने दैत पोपट पढ़ावसे, मुआ माई बाप ने देखाड़से, सूरज तापे रसोई, पवन जिना दे चलंती बुहारी, sun reactors and sun ovens. Ovens run by sun rays, and there will be vacuum cleaners that pavan chalante buhari. There are so many other things in Ginan. I may not be able to just recollect everything now. But
motor cars and aeroplanes.
There is, yes. There is a Pishamas Ginan. He says that કાઠના ઘોડા ને ખાણો ખવડાવશે. Now, કાટ and કાઠ. Kath means wood and kat means iron or steel. So he says there will be a horse made of steel and it will eat. Your motor car is eating oil, drinking water, also gas. So this is motor car. And then he says that there will be flying horses or flying beds. That is aeroplane. The Ginan is Dait Kalinga's Pishamas Ginan. First part is Jake Pacham. This is first part. Jake Pacham de Shane Khanda Irak Mahe.
Let's talk of our bodily sciences. Can you just introduce us to that?
About the respiratory system in man's body, which depends all on oxygen, known as prana, breathing system. There is a couplet. 21,600 दम दिन में घटता है रे 21,600 दम दिन में घटता है रे 8 पहर में बन जा रहा तू क्या कमाता है उठ जाग मन मेरा 21,600 the average of a healthy man's breath in 24 hours. Dr. Saab, is it all right? Absolutely correct. Then, Peer says, he is giving us how a man is dying. बैल चलता रही गया. हाँ, पहलो पाठ याद दिया है. सुकन लागो रे केवड़ो. The garden is drying. हार टूटी रेत की माला, बैल चलता रही गया. रही गया सींचन हारा हारे मन भमरा तू लोभिया. The garden is drying, body. Old age has come, it's drying. Sukan lago kevado. Tuti ret ki mala. The breathing stopped. Rent in Indian subcontinent, there is a rope. Now if you see straight, two ropes and wood is tied here like this, and they make it a circle, and on every staff of this wood they put a bucket. So when it goes down, the bucket is upside down, and when it goes into the water and then bucket comes like this, the bucket is straight and filled with water. Again when it comes, here this goes down, so bucket is upside down. So when it comes up, the bucket is full of water. And when it turns again, so this bucket is pouring water out of it. This is known as a ret ki mala. So there are two oxes and they go round and round and round. They keep this going on. The two balad, lungs are two, peps are two balad. Ret ki mala is the breathing system. And Kevado, the body, is the garden. They are supplying water. And the Jeev is Sichanhara. When Jeev goes away, oxes stop, Rent ki mala stops, supply of water stops, man dies. Hare man bhavara tu lobhyo. Thank you very much. You listen to me attentively. Tomorrow I'm leaving and I have now to go to my daughter's place.
I'm sure you will all agree that it really has been just an introduction and it has whetted our appetite. We will have to request Missionary Sahib that when he is back from his trip, we will have to have more lectures from him, and inshallah we will select a grunt and he will discuss a grunt with us then.
Inshallah.
Let's pray. Maulana Azman, Ya Ali, Ya Maulana Shakri, Azman. Please cover your children, Ya Ali, keep them on the right. Ya Ali, keep them on the throne, put it in ibadat. Ya Ali, transpose your holy Quran in Hidayat. Thank you very much. Yes, When will you be back, Mr. Ismaili?
Hukam Jari by end of August.
End of August?
Inshallah.
Inshallah. So we'll
You simply pray that the thing that I'm going, may Mawla quickly complete it and fulfill my wishes. Not bad wishes, good wishes.
Before you go away, I need the list of your recitation, what you're doing and who is helping you in what. Okay, if you give me the list of the topics, I'll assign people to you.
How many you are totally in WTP? Not the BBTP?
It's supposedly 24, but some have gone abroad on not on holidays. It's a trip where teachers have gone with some students.
It's an educational trip. North Africa.
And the rest is their Arabic.